Hello, Melissa here. I'm going to discuss with you of why people with Aspergers, like myself, and people with autism, why sometimes we don't get it, depending on the situation. There are times we do get it, like that. There are times we need a little bit of time, or there are times we need a lot longer of a time, depending what it is. For an example, if you were to say, oh my gosh, even though you were going over a list, for an example, while doing an order on the phone because someone is trying to order pizza, those words like, oh my gosh, or we've been over this a few times, it only discourages us and it prevents us from learning and following along with you. So anytime that happens, that actually prevents us from learning, and it tells our brain, it actually causes our brain to shut down. So the kinder you are, the better we will do, no matter how bad we are struggling. So anytime, for an example, that if we were to go over a list, if you were to say pepperoni pizza, but you also want Maui Dowie, which is also pepperoni, but we have to use the word ham. We have to ask the customer if they would like ham instead of the pepperoni, and if they were to say, sure, we could use the pepperoni instead, or sure, we could use the Canadian bacon ham instead, then sure, we are able to get the order done correctly. But if you were to say, oh my gosh, I've gone over this list a few times with you. Our job is to look at a piece of paper, introduce ourselves, and we need to ask how we could help you, say your names, ask if a person wants to be a rewards membership. If so, great, you could use your phone, your computer or laptop to install it. Then once you're a member, you start earning points anytime you make a delivery call. Then we ask what kind of pizza you would like. Regarding the size, if it's a large, we ask for the extra stuffed crust for $2.99 more. And if not, we ask if the individual would like a pan crust or an original crust. Then you ask what you would like. But if you just say, for an example, just a specialty pizza, we're not going to know what kind you mean. It could be the King Arthur Supreme, it could be the Gourmet Veggie. You have to be totally specific with us, because if you don't say what kind of specialty pizza, then we're not going to know what kind of pizza you get. If you get frustrated with us, then I'm sorry, I don't know what we could do. I mean, we can only do what we could do, and you can only do what we could do. And if we struggle with you, then we don't mean to goof up. We don't mean to be annoying. That's just the way it is sometimes if we're not clearly understanding what the order is. And sometimes we would ask silly, irritating, just stupid questions. I mean, to us, a question is a question. There's no such thing as a stupid question. So bear with us. That's just the way we are. Have more tolerance and patience with us. And that's why we sometimes don't get it, because when people get frustrated and upset with us, it actually causes us to shut down a little bit more, struggle more, and to fail to understand what's really going on. So if you're more patient with us, show more kindness, then we're able to understand better on how to end the struggling and to finish the situation or topic correctly. So that's the reason why I'm doing this topic, why sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Patience is the key. That's what it is. Even if it's discussed more than a few times, it's okay. People, like I mentioned before in another video, people can mistake it as not being a good listener. No, that's not the case. We're not understanding. If we can't hear what someone else is saying, like, huh? What did you say? That's not really hearing you or not listening correctly. So there's a difference. So anyway, that's the topic of why we sometimes don't get it. Video. Okay? I hope you're having a great day. I'll see you next time, okay? Alright, take care. Bye.